It's summertime here at Santapod Raceway, and what does that mean? It's the Fast Show Reloaded, round number 4 of the UK front-wheel drive drag series. We've got 4 cars entered this weekend, and yesterday, the Saturday, was sweltering temperatures. Thankfully today on race day, a little bit cooler, but we can't wait to see all the action from the UK front-wheel drive drag series here at Santapod Raceway.
The Fast Show Reloaded is an exciting new event on the Santapod calendar, with a prime slot in the busy summer schedule. As Luke said, breakages leading up to the event mean we're down to 4 cars this weekend in the UK front-wheel drive drag series, but the championship's still wide open with only 2 more rounds this season. Winner of round 3 at the Jap Show and current points leader Dougie Gamble is here in his TDI North-backed Civic, as is 2016 champion and current number 2 in the points Alan Duthie with his Corsa. He's back after engine damage at the Jap Show and he's hungry for some low ETs. Round 3 finalist Scott Luery is running PBs on most runs in his Corsa. He's looking to build on those successes in this, his first season, and also making his debut is Brad Morgan in his Renault 5, another very exciting prospect for the class. And here this weekend, but not running in competition, is Steve Durand, all the way from France with his insanely quick Civic. Yesterday in testing though, things didn't exactly go according to plan.
Okay, so it's the Sunday, it's Fast Show Reloaded, and I'm catching up with my good friend Steve Durand from France. Yesterday you arrived at Santapod Raceway looking to beat that 889. Yeah. How did the first run go for you?
The first one was not very good because we hit the wall at the trap when, at the end of the trip, because the tire touched the harsh wheel.
Yeah.
So it was a block, it's smoke, white smoke, and I can't control the steering wheel and little touch the wheel, the wall.
A little bit scary for you.
Yeah, it was right.
But you've managed to fix the car. There was no damage really other than the superficial damage on the bodywork.
Great to see Steve get back out on track a day after tagging the wall. He was putting down some serious numbers and thankfully going nice and straight. On to Q1 for the UK front-wheel drive drag series then. The cars gather in the old Fire Up Road, do their last minute checks, and then it's time to don the safety gear and get out onto the famous quarter mile here at Santapod. Our drivers are glad of the cooler temperatures today. A full race suit isn't the place to be in 90-degree heat. First to burn out is Alan Duthie, followed by Dougie Gamble. These guys look like they mean business today. Numbers 1 and 2 in the points. The top qualifier gets an additional 50 points, which could be all important at the end of the season. And it's Alan away from the lights first. He's had a huge amount of work to do on the Corsa to get back for this round. He seized the engine last time we saw him, if you remember. Dougie's on a strong run as well. 10.56 for Alan and 10.38 for Dougie. Good opening runs there. Scott Luery closest to us in the Auto Blim lane, and making his first run in competition, it's Brad Morgan over there in the Energy Check lane in the Renault 5. It's an exciting leap into full competition for these guys, racing in front of big crowds for points and the chance of some prize money too. Arrow straight in both lanes, 12.55 for Scott and a hard-charging PB, 11.82 for Brad.
Okay, so I'm sat with number 1 qualifier after round number 1 and also championship leader Dougie Gamal. How did the first run go for you?
We were wheel spinning in first gear. We tested yesterday and the 64 is actually better today, so the track's a lot better, so we're trying to eliminate that basically. So I went from first to second, bogged in second, and once I got traction it felt really good.
Well, thankfully it's not as hot as it was yesterday. I'm surely that's going to help with the intake temperatures and obviously the performance of your car.
It is. We were seeing over 30 degrees intake temps yesterday at 7:30 last night, so it was warm, yeah.
Alan, you're currently number 2 in qualifying. That's a pretty good run. How did it go?
Yeah, it seemed alright. Yesterday we did a few test runs. I've got bothered with a camshaft error coming up on the ECU, We changed a few things, rewired the pins on the plug and that. The last run yesterday seemed to make a big difference. It did a full pass without a misfire, but unfortunately the misfire's there, so we'll get back into the data logging and see why it's there. But apart from that, yeah, it seemed okay.
Nice, and it's a lot cooler today. That's going to help you.
Oh, definitely. Yesterday was... This weather's not for us Scots, trust me. It was hot. Yesterday was hot for us.
So for your first ever qualification in UK Front Wheel Drive's drag series, that went pretty well, didn't it?
It did indeed, yeah. I wasn't expecting that at all. We did a number of test runs yesterday. Same terminal speed, 116 at the finish. We did a 13.5 and a 12.2. Mainly shakedown runs, but pretty much sent it as well as it would go. And that 11.7, yeah, just wasn't expecting. Was it 11.7 or 11.8?
It was 11.88 if I remember.
Yeah, wasn't expecting that at all. I think the prep's got a lot to do with it. There's a hell of a lot of grip down there at the start line this morning, so
100%.
Yeah,
well, that's one of the bonuses of doing the UK Front Wheel Drive drag series is before you come and do a run, the track will be swept and there'll be a 60-foot glue, which for cars like yours will really help you in the 60-foot as well.
For sure, yeah. I mean, we've not got the same power as these guys to be able to do what they do at the top end, so it all matters at the start for us. Happy with the 60-foot. I imagine there's probably a bit more in it. The car's not turned up to what it's capable of at the moment. We thought we'd just try and master the power we've got at first, but so far so good. I'm really happy.
Brilliant. Okay, well Brad, after qualifying round number 1, you're currently 3rd. Well done.
Right, thank you very much.
Mr. Consistent, another 12.55.
Yeah, I'm sort of, it's good. I mean, I'm there or thereabouts, so I'm kind of stuck at it a little bit. I'd like to go 12.4 today if I can. That's the sort of aim. But yeah, we'll see how we get on.
Brilliant. And obviously, as a new contender in the series, we've only got like 4 cars this weekend, but it's good to see more cars like yourselves. And now Brad has joined in as well. Again, we encourage more people to come and join the series. Is there any more people you want to try and get out?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few people that I know who want to come and get involved. Wayne with the Metro next to us, he's interested in joining along. Like I say, it's just get the numbers up kind of thing. I mean, a lot of people are scared off by the times, and I think just because you can't compete with the likes of Dougie Gamal, Alan Dutty, just come and have a go kind of thing. That's sort of where I am. And as I said the last time, it's I'm chilling now in the pits. I'm waiting to be cooled down. Yeah, I can't recommend it enough. So come along, have a go.
On to Q2, Scott's chasing a 12.4 in the Corsa today. Bailey Performance decals on the door. It's an all Corsa pairing, the front end of Alan's car bobbing around as he puts the power down. But look at Scott, he's on a flyer. And wow, it's another personal best for Scott. He wanted a 12.4 and he gets a 12.3. Dougie Gamble getting dragged sideways in the burnout. He'll need more heat in the front tyres than that. I think they'll hold him whilst Brad Morgan gets in his run, then have another try. So Brad in the Renault 5 Circuit Motorsport emblazoned on the door, fresh from his quickest and fastest ever run with the car. But as you can see, he has issues. We'll catch up with Brad in a few minutes, but first it's Dougie Gamble. Plenty of heat in those front slicks now. Bit of a bog on the line, but he's back on it now. That start cost him. He posts an 11.53. On to Q3, and it's Dougie Gamal at number 1 spot at the moment with that 10.38 he ran in Q1. But I've no doubt Alan Duthie will be looking to take that number 1 qualifier place from him. First up, we're on board with Dougie in the TDI North-backed Civic. He's running alongside Scott Luery. Both cars very strong away from the line. Dougie's desperate to run a 9. It's another hard charging run, but not this time for him. But that's another 12.3 for Scott. He'll be pleased with that. On board with Dougie, as he launches you get some idea of the power these cars are putting out. Straight as you like, up through the gears, a good clean run, but still a pretty extreme ride. Alan Duthie on a solo, unfortunately no sign of Brad. This is a proven 9-second car, shed loads of power and a very experienced driver, but he's got problems. That's fluid spraying under the tyres, the car weaves around at the top end. That was one heck of a driving job from Alan. Over to you, Luke.
Okay, Alan, that was a bit of a wild one in qualifying round number 3. You went number 1 qualifier with a 10:32, just pipped Dougie, but over the finish line it went a little bit wild.
Yeah, we got up past 1,000 foot and I could see water coming out the front of the bonnet, so I just shut it off completely, just trying to stop water on the track. That's the result. We burst the water hose, we went out of shape a wee bit, went close to the wall. You can see the wall with the front of the car. We pulled the handbrake quite quickly, kind of straightened up a wee bit and carry on.
That's brilliant, but as an experienced front-wheel drive racer, you managed to save it and you're rolling on to qualifying round number 4?
Definitely. We've got a new hose ready to go, so hopefully get it back on the next 10 minutes, get washed up and go again.
More drama after the clean-up, but this time in a good way. Steve came out and put down this awesome run.
Okay, so I'm catching up with Steve Durant. This is about your 3rd run of the day. You don't know what you run yet.
No, it's amazing.
You ran 8.869.
No, really?
New PB. Well done, buddy. Well done.
Oh, cheers. Amazing.
He come all the way.
Did.
He come all the way back, and we just timed it right, and he didn't actually know what he'd run. So that's a new personal best. So obviously, after yesterday's little tag of the wall, today
amazing.
New PB.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Brilliant. Okay, well, again, another reason why these guys travel to Santa Pod Raceway from all over Europe to run the PBs.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well done. Steve Durant from France.
Back to qualifying, and it's Dougie Gamble who just saw Alan take his number 1 qualifying spot from him. Scott Luery's away and running, but here comes Dougie. He means business on this one. What's he got for us? Whoa, a 10.08 at a huge 147 miles per hour to retake number 1 spot as Scott coasts through to a 15.51.
Well, as you can see, the highs and lows of drag racing. Qualifying round number 1, Brad, you ran a PB.
We did, yeah.
Qualifying round number 2, what happened?
We broke a drive shaft, unfortunately. It was the driver's side one, which throughout the years of all the drag racing we've been doing here at Santa Pod, from the Run What You Brung, we've only ever broken passenger drive shafts. Then at the door slammers a while ago, we broke a driver's side drive shaft, which we'd never done before, so we've replaced that. Brought a passenger side with us today, but no driver's side, I'm afraid. So that's us out.
But on a whole, your first round of qualification, all went well.
Yeah, definitely happy. A new PB, that's what we're here for primarily. It's nice to be a part of the drag series, but we're out to try and achieve a 10 one day, as you already know.
Well, hopefully we'll see you back at round number 5 of the UK Drag Series, which is USC.
Yep.
But for now, obviously, you qualified number 3.
Yep, happy with that.
New
for
PB.
Sure. Yeah, new PB.
And you get to watch the racing for the rest of the day.
That's right. Glad to be a part of it.
Brilliant.
Thank you for having us.
So much going on at the first ever Fast Show Reloaded here at Santa Pod. Club stands, a huge show and shine, drifting, stunt riders, and of course plenty of open to the public Run What You Brung on the famous quarter mile. On to the business end of the day, and just time for a chat with Dougie Gamble.
Okay, so I'm quickly catching up with Dougie, our number 1 qualifier here at round number 4 of the UK Front Wheel Drive Drag Series. You just took that off Alan, didn't you, in the last one? He decided not to come down. You made the most of it.
Yeah, I saw him obviously go quicker than me, and I thought obviously I need to push a bit harder just to take that back off him, for the points for the championship. So that's what it was about. And the beauty was it was actually close to a PB as well.
Dougie's PB is a 10.04, so that 10.08 was quite some run. Into the semi-finals, and Scott Luery needs to pull out a good reaction to the green light and do everything right if he's going to beat Dougie. He's away from the lights first, pulling away from the Civic at half track, but then Dougie drives around him. He takes the win, but just look at Scott's ET. A massive 12.33, another PB. Good mile an hour for Dougie as well. Looks like problems for Alan in our other semi. He pulls the car through the beams to get the points. Remember, the breakage for Brad means he had no opponent, so that sets up our final with a flying Dougie Gamal and a most likely wounded Alan Duffy. There's only an hour between rounds, and that confirms that Alan has broken. He's pushed to the line under crew power. So as long as he doesn't pull a red light and crosses the finish line, the event win goes to Dougie Gamble. Alan rolls forward to break beams, but this one's all about Dougie. Another arrow straight run. That makes it 2 wins in a row for the TDI-backed Civic as we go on board the final run. Runner-up spot for Alan here at the Fast Show Reloaded, and the win to Dougie Gamal.
Okay, so that's a wrap for the very first Fast Show Reloaded. I'm with the winner of the UK Front Wheel Drive Drag Series, round number 4 winner, and it's Dougie Gamal. Well done again.
Thank you very much, mate.
Now, you've amassed quite a big lead.
Yeah, it has been down to other people's breakages and reliability, things like that, but you know, that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? So
it doesn't matter, you've got to be in it to win it. And obviously you pipped Alan Duffy for that number 1 spot, so that's an extra 50 points. And obviously we're going to roll on into USC now. That is every year the biggest round of the year. Hopefully there's going to be more cars and some proper competition for you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That's cars actually going down to Warrington to the Mapper tomorrow to be tweaked for that event, so I'll give it a good go on and see what we can do.
Brilliant. Okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully you're going to join us for round number 5 at USC with a bumper entry of cars and hopefully weather as good as this. Thank you very much. See you soon.